Bonnie, why was this important for you to bring to South by Southwest?
Because I'm a Texan. I want to first thank David and my fellow producers, Julie Lynn, my better half right there, and Dana Goldberg. They are very strict at this festival. I was even beating them up backstage to let you guys come up, and they wouldn't let us. We brought it to South by Southwest because Austin's where it's at these days. And we were very honored to be made part of your closing night. And we love you, Janet.
I wasn't really fishing, but thank you. And David, in terms of the idea, where it came from, the concept?
Yeah, it started around when Mars Curiosity first landed. I couldn't help but wonder what happened if they actually found something in the dirt, and basically had the basic idea of just the seed of it, and actually grabbed lunch with Paul and Rhett, who probably should also be up here, and pitched them just the gem of the idea. And a few weeks later, they came back with the pitch for the movie you just saw. It was really unbelievable.
Let's bring Paul and Rhett out here. Yeah, come on, guys. Wernick, Rhett, Reese. Don't be shy. Get those pants on and come on out. Right here. There we are. All right. Oh, so good. The band is all together. This feels good. All right. Okay.
I think, Daniel, there's a lot of perhaps odes to a lot of films that are important to you. There are a lot of messages or communion. Can you talk to us about that a little bit?
No, I mean, you go through all movies that you love, in the sci-fi genre. You go through, like great artistic achievement, like Tarkovsky's Solaris. Then go through 2001. They go to, Alien. And what people mostly forget is that The Thing, Carpenter. Don't you guys love The Thing? Yeah, yeah. And then you have like modern masterpieces like Gravity and Interstellar, but they're all there. Science fiction is about giving quotations to each other. It's like a response to old fellows.
Some questions from the audience.
None.
All right. Yes. Yeah, that was easy. Go ahead.
So, with the features that you had in the film, obviously it looked real on you, but how was that working with this and all those scenes, like where it's all bloody and gory and all that?
The question was, how do you work with the creature?
Was that to me? Yeah. Well, it really could cover a number of people. At the time, it's a little abstract, to be honest. It just sort of feels like you're doing like the world's shittiest pop and lock, and you're like, you have to have some confidence in the incredible cast and crew that they're going to make this thing look, at least 1/10 less embarrassing than it feels in the moment. And they did that. Yeah. I can't wait to show that scene to my daughter. So, yeah. I'll just be like, you did this. By not meeting your bedtime. So, anyway. Listen, guys, more on that never. So, you should probably ask someone else a question, to be honest, for everyone's safety.
That's great. Yes, go ahead.
This is towards the director, but what made you choose that ending? Did you guys have multiple endings, or?
The ending was really constructed by these great, brilliant geniuses that are standing right here, that were not invited, but now they're here. And if I just might add like a small thing, I think it's a tribute to a great kind of American tradition, which is the film noir, It was all done in like one prolonged shot, so it was quite complicated. It took a month to do. And the set was rotating around the camera. That's the only way to do it because they are in different axes. But it was fun, but it was complicated. Yeah. The producers hated me when I came with the idea.
Yes. Mm-hmm. That was congratulations for the wonderful movie. The question was, did they film any of it in zero gravity?
Well, we were given limited permission to go into orbit and spend some time at the International Space Station. They weren't doing any important work that month, so no. It's honestly, it looks really good, so it's a valuable question. But no, it was all done with wires and you know, Hollywood tomfoolery. Yeah. I know. Yeah, and Pilates.
Say that Ryan has a real way of sucking the atmosphere out of a room, and so that just sort of, as soon as he...
Really, I'm merely a vessel. I'm just, speaking through her. Yeah. We should talk about that sequel Rhett was going for back there. You
What's interesting with
money-grubbing bastard.
With all the challenges that come with acting all the time, is it, you know, that's another dimension of with gravity or no gravity, and kind of how much does that add to your processes that you're going through?
You got this.
Double fist.
Ladies and gentlemen, MC Gyllenhaal right now.
Well, it's interesting because there were so many elements, you know, for each one of us to be simulating zero gravity, there you know, are at least 4 or 5 people making that happen for each of us. So we're on wires pretty much the entire time. And, you know, there's an extraordinary group of stuntmen and also cameramen, camera operators making the entire thing look the way it does. So as we would move, there would be a counteract, and we would be dancing with the camera, you know, with the operator at the same time, and actually multiple operators too. So it was really fascinating, really a process that was strange to take each other seriously for the first bit of time, to be doing serious scenes and floating around and on wires, but
Into each other?
And we were into each other. No? And slamming into each other, yes. And so that was it. Yes.
Yeah.
We were into each other. We were all really into each other, though, and there were numerous times where I literally went right into Rebecca's backside, which, like, into her butt, which was a, like equally disturbing and pleasurable, weird experience.
Yeah, for sure, yeah. You're like, that's not a helmet. I need to get this off.
And there were, like, you get rashes and things like that from the harnesses, and so it was a commitment.
This is really taking a terribly dark
Take it
turn.
away, Ryan.
Yeah. Please, let's just ask another question of the audience.
Okay, all right, you got it.
Please.
So with any film production comes a lot of trust that goes between actors and directors and writers. And there's a lot of trust that comes between astronauts and working in space and everything like that. So besides standard training of what it's like to be in zero gravity, was there any sort of training or just straight up quality time that you guys were required to spend with each other to mimic that intimacy that you would ultimately play on screen?
The question is about developing trust that would be actually real with astronauts, real astronauts, but also as actors to get that kind of intimacy.
I think trusting these people is, absolutely impossible. I tried, each day. I went to my job and I said I will trust them, but look at them. It's, No, but I mean, they did spend some time together and try to hang out, and we had a bit of process of that too, but it wasn't always easy,
That's what all of our parents said at one point, wasn't it?
No, but in honesty, I mean, this was the experience, and I think that you have to find a certain, I guess, the timbre of the organism, and this is what it was, even with a terrifying, scary movie. We were laughing all the time. None of us, with the exception of me, takes themselves that seriously. And so there is a really wonderful spirit on set all the time, and that was really set by our producers, who were incredible to us and really allowed for an artistic spirit artistic spirit in the middle of a very big entertaining film, and then a really incredible director who opened his heart to each one of us individually and really loves his actors and wants to understand us each as individuals, not just as a community together, but he makes us a community as a result. And it's a testament to him and to them, the speed and agility and kindness that they made this movie with. It was a wonderful place to be. It really was.
Go ahead. Sir.
I really enjoyed the creature design and how it started off sort of cute. And I was just wondering what the process there was, how early in the production process you landed on the creature design, and also why you didn't decide to do a more distinctive sound. I thought that was an interesting choice in this kind of film.
Sort of, he loved the design of the creature and how cute it was, and wondered about how early they settled on the design. We can start with that.
I mean, you know, I thought that the whole idea of this movie was realism, and that's what differentiated from you know, other movies in this genre. So I decided I wanted to pursue this idea, and you know, I'm from, you know, I studied in Denmark, so we have dogma, we like rules, we like somebody telling us, you know, what to do. So what I did is I brought this scientist, Adam Rutherford, you know, a brilliant geneticist, and I brought him over and I gave him the rules that were set up by these brilliant writers, and then I locked him inside of a room, and then I lost the key. And then I took a graffiti artist and I put him in there, and then they fought bare knuckle fights for 2 days. And then after that, I took them out and I had Calvin.
And the second part was about that there's not a more distinctive sound. Did I hear that correctly?
I mean, I wish I could take credit for that, because I think it's a brilliant idea, but I can't. They wrote it in the script, you know, that Calvin doesn't make a sound. And it's a very kind of unusual quality when you do a creature, that you don't make a sound. So we followed that rule, and, you know, and I tried to disobey it, but I think it's more interesting, you know, that you have a creature that doesn't have like that ticking sound that we're so used to hearing, you know, or that growling sound that we heard so often.
No, how does it sound?
It doesn't sound. That's the whole idea. There's no sound.
I couldn't hear it. What sound
Yeah,
does it make?
Yeah, I didn't know either. What was the sound?
Okay, go ahead over there.
Sort of a sound.
No sound.
I accept that. No. I accept that.
Go ahead.
I have a question for Director Daniel Espinosa.
¿Cómo estamos?
Sony recently revealed that there's a Venom movie in production. There are some theories online that this might be a prequel to that.
Do you know that people might shoot me if I say the wrong thing? I can't answer to that. I mean, if you're a compadre from, you know, my own tribe, man, you know, why are you doing this and putting me on the spot? You know? It's like you asked me to rat you out in front of the cops, man. I can't do that.
Jake Gyllenhaal is Eddie Brock.
Done. Boom.
Next question. Okay, all the way in the back. Super all known in the back. Yeah, you.
Seeing that Calvin was the enemy of this movie, why didn't you just ask Matt Damon?
Fucking Matt Damon. Really, guy? I mean, he's very capable, yes. And he's proven himself time and time again, yes. Yeah, the fact is, he didn't want to die in the first act. So you got me. Suck it. Okay? Understand. Jesus Christ. Oh. Sorry about him.
All right, over there.
Thank you guys so much for making such an awesome movie. And I just want to ask the actors, for you, what was the moment that you're the most proud of for making real for you in such a crazy movie?
I hate this. I think my favorite my favorite moment is because we did all the wire work, and we forgot to mention Alexander Reynolds, who was our movement coach. I remember being in my head thinking, fuck me, I'm floating so brilliantly right now. No, not kidding you. I looked smashing, and I had no one up my arse. I was just pivoting. And then Daniel goes, and you missed your line. No, seriously, I was so focused on not going into you or cameras that I forgot lines. So the next day when I managed, that was a good moment. That was a good moment.
I would say being able to wear socks through the whole movie and no shoes, and was my favorite acting moment that I've ever had. But legitimately, I was surprised because when we first started working, I thought I'd wear shoes, and then we don't have any shoes. Nobody has any shoes in this movie. Like, literally, there are no shoes in this movie. It might be the first shoeless movie. And it's definitely the first shoeless, zero gravity movie, absolutely. The whole thing. Hey, there you go. So
I used to have like days of shooting where I would at the end of the day, they'd be, you getting into your car to go home, and they'd be like, do you want to take your onesie and your socks out? I'd be, I'm cool. No, you throw an adult diaper under this, I'll go all night. This is comfy. I feel like a little baby.
I think we have time for
great.
one more. So we're going to go, you in the middle with the tie.
Okay. Hi, so I'm from Norway, and it's pretty cool that this is probably the first time a guy from Norway has a world premiere, so that's cool. But I'm curious to know, how do you guys celebrate after a world premiere?
Oh my God, I remember you from the press line. And you were like, do you party? Do you party? And I was like, I felt so old, and I was like, no! Like, never!
And I'm so old, I was like, well, I can't hear him. What's he saying?
Wants to know if you party.
I mean,
a verb.
Absolutely not. We all hate each other. Yeah. Let's be honest.
Terrible idea.
No, I mean, Ryan's in bed at 8:30.
I don't know. Yeah, I've actually been asleep for 2 hours, even though I've been up here with a microphone. I don't know. Yeah, I don't. Yeah. How do we party? None of us.
Asking
really,
where the party is? Is that what you're asking?
I don't know. Yeah.
We're gonna try for another last question on this one. Go ahead.
How's it going, y'all? Should I say howdy? I just wanted to know, working with such an incredible ensemble, if there was only one memory that you could keep from this entire experience, one interesting memory, what would it be?
Can we bring up the rest of the cast?
That would be nice. Olga, Ariyon Bakare, Hiro. Yeah.
Calvin, where are you? Calvin, where are you? Calvin's he's probably hiding under a chair somewhere. You'll, yeah. But what was the question?
The question was about one favorite memory.
Oh. I actually have one memory, and then I'll pass the mic over to you guys. But there was a moment. Do you remember when we were wearing those weird lenses that we had to wear to cover our eyes? And that the one sequence where we're all about to get sucked out, and I'm holding on to Rebecca, and then Hiro's like, yeah, getting in. And we had to put these things called scleral lenses on our eyes to make sure that our eyes were protected. They're enormous. They're this big. They're like huge, crazy discs. And to watch Hiro put his on was the most incredible experience of my life. Like one of them, it will go down. Because honestly, I have never worked, and I will pass the mic over to him, but I have never worked with such a experienced, number one, but such a humble, hardworking, kind actor. And Daniel would call him his rock. And watching him work as a man who is a true gentleman and a great actor, just watching him work and behave around everybody every day was like incredible. So I'll pass.
Oh my God. Yeah, on set, every day was memorable, but every day we had a conversation before the rehearsal, and then trying to find out the best way, and then always creating something new. And it was like a workshop on stage for the theater. It was so memorable and creative, and I love all of them. So every day was my favorite.
I don't know. Yeah, I think I was working with the whole cast really, and thinking about we're working with Daniel. I think when you work with a man who's got so much passion and so creative and has a personal kind of identification for every single person he meets, you kind of think to yourself, well, if he's so passionate, you have to be so passionate, and that's what we always wanted to please him. And I think he's done an amazing job, and I just want to say thank you. You're amazing, mate.
So for me, this moment is happening just now. So thank you very much. It's a huge honor to be in Texas and to work with such talented people. Thank you very much. Thank you, Daniel.
I think for me, you know, my favorite moment was when we finished the script and actually the phone call that we got from David and the Skydance folks about 2 days later with the very affirmative, we're making this movie, which again, never, ever happens as quickly and as smoothly as it did with David and Skydance. So that was actually, that phone call was my favorite moment.
I would probably say tonight, because the theme from earlier, trust, really has paid off. I mean, when you're a writer, you're alone. You're sometimes in your underwear in the dark, you know, writing, and you create a little baby, and then you have to give that baby off to I guess an evil orphanage in this case. But but these guys were so awesome, and we had to trust them to take that baby and raise it into this terrifying human that's on the screen, or in this case, alien. So to me, it's about having that trust and placing that trust in these wonderful people, and then coming here and seeing it pay off. That's my favorite thing.
My favorite moment, you know, for me was, you know, where I come from, it's a different circumstances, no? We're refugees from Chile, and like here, in reality, to stand here and seeing these great artists, being with the greatest artists on the planet, is an honor and a privilege, you know? So for me, I cried every morning, and then you go to work, and then you do the best you can. That's all you can do. And I'm happy to be here, man. Thank you.
To fucking top that? Jesus. My favorite moment was a little more banal. It was the first week of shooting. Jake Gyllenhaal and I spent so much time laughing that one of the producers pulled us aside and said, "You've wasted $10,000. And I said, "That's a lot of money to waste in a week." And she said, "No, today. Get to fucking work now." That was probably one of my favorite moments. Yeah.
Love coming after you.
Yeah.
This is great. Thanks.
Try him.
Yeah. It's hard, there's so many memories, but I think the one I sort of go back to is when I read the script, which was great, by the way. And I thought, I can't do it. I mean, I can't carry it out. I can't play this character. And I called Dana, and I said, I can't do it, I can't do it. And she said, just shush, call Daniel. And I had 5-10 minutes with Daniel on the phone, and I put the phone down and I called her, and I said, when are we shooting? And it was because of your script and because of your incredible way of verbally explaining your philosophical way of this science fiction film. And I thought, I don't want to miss this. I need to be a part of that brain. Thank you.
I already said my favorite moment is Heroes. He's my favorite moment. He's my favorite moment. That's it. My favorite moment is a human. Yeah, that's it. You know.
Thank you all for coming. We really appreciate you being here, seeing the movie with us. Have a good night.